Hi, welcome. Today we are going to learn about gait of animals. First, let me explain you the term gait. It is pattern of how a person or animal walks with help of limbs. So it is a manner of walking, manner of showing movement with the help of limbs. Limbs are nothing but legs here. For instance, here an animal and a person. They both are showing movements. They are showing movements with the help of their legs. So we can say they are showing some gait. This is the meaning of gait, children. Now we'll try to observe different gaits of few animals. First we'll see gait of earthworm. Earthworms are pink colored worms. Here we are seeing they are pink colored worms. And what is the meaning of slimy here? This is nothing but earthworm secretes a mucus substance from its body. So this substance keeps its body always moist and wet. This is the meaning of slimy. If we touch earthworm, we can feel that wetness. So that is nothing but a mucus substance secreted by earthworm. And where do they found mostly? We can see earthworms mostly in the moist soil, right? Yes, earthworms always need moist soil conditions to survive. And even they eat soil that has organic matter. Here, organic matter in sense food scraps, vegetable peels, fruit peels, eggshells, tea grounds, like this. Once they eat organic matter, they throw undigested food. Earthworms throw its excreta into the soil. So this activity of throwing undigested food into the soil makes the soil more nutritious. If we use such type of soil for the plants and crops, growth of plants will be very good. So this is how earthworm eats and throws undigested food into the soil. Earthworms are friends of farmers. This is because while earthworm moves through the soil, they loosen the soil so that a large amount of air and water can go deep into the soil. And also just now we have seen earthworm, once they eat the organic matter from the soil, it throws undigested food into the soil. So that soil becomes more nutritious. If a farmer use such type of soil for the crops, the yield of crops will be very good. So in that way, earthworms help the farmers, and we can say earthworms are very good friends of farmers. Observe the earthworm picture here. Its body has many rings, and all these rings are joined end to end, and it doesn't have bones. Its body is fully covered with muscles. An earthworm, while moves through the soil, uses the muscles for expansions and contractions. And these muscles have connection with the tiny bristles. Here you are seeing tiny bristles are nothing but hair-like structures, and they are present under the body of earthworm. So muscles have connection with tiny bristles. Both together helps the earthworm during movement. An earthworm have a good grip on the ground. This is because of the presence of hair-like structures under its body. Observe the movements of earthworm here. While moving, earthworm first moves the first part of the body and fixes second part to the ground. Again it moves second part of the body and fixes first part to the ground. So these types of movements of earthworm are called as peristalsis. So you are seeing here such type of movements of earthworm are called as peristalsis. Now we'll see gait of snail. Where do we generally see snails? Snails mostly found in rivers, lakes, oceans, and also on the trees, under the rocks, like this, isn't it? Yes. So in all these places we can observe the snails. Observe the picture of snail here. Locomotion, a movement of snail, is termed as crawling. Just now we have seen earthworm secretes a slimy substance from its body. In the same way, snails also secretes a slimy substance called mucus. So, a snail can crawl easily on the layer of mucus that is produced from its body. So locomotion movement of snail is termed as a crawling. And observe a snail picture here. It carries a round structure on its body. See here, this is a round structure on its body. So this is nothing but a shell. We can also say this is like outer skeleton for the cell. It is made up with calcium carbonate. And below the shell, there is a head and thick structure. This thick structure is its food. Food helps the snail in movement. But shell does not help the snail in any locomotion. Then what is the use of shell? Observe here. Shells protect the snails from their predators. It means whenever snail have any danger, snail perceives any danger from their enemies, it immediately hides in the shell. So in this way, shells protect snails from the predators. Now we'll see gait of cockroach. Cockroaches are commonly found in our houses, right? Yes, cockroaches are common household pest. We usually see cockroaches in our houses. And if you observe the body of cockroach, it is divided into three main segments. It is divided into three main parts: head, thorax and abdomen. And if you see here, cockroach has a pair of antennae. So this is an antennae. Cockroach perceives smells, observes, receives vibrations very quickly with the help of these antennae. And these antennae are connected with the head part. Head contains brain, compound eyes and strong mouth parts. Cockroach use these mouth parts for chewing food. So in this way, cockroach body is divided into three main segments. Observe here, cockroach has three pairs of legs. So here we can easily observe in this picture, cockroach has three pairs of legs. We know that cockroaches can walk, climb and fly, isn't it? Yes. Few cockroaches can fly also. Flying capacity depends on its wing strength and its size. If you look into the picture here, cockroaches have three pairs of legs. And these legs help them in walking and climbing. And cockroaches have two pairs of wings behind the head. If you see here, cockroaches have two pairs of wings behind the head. And these wings help them in flying. But in few cockroaches, wings are poorly developed, but still they manage to fly. Now we'll see gait of birds. Birds are egg-laying animals. It means birds lay eggs. And we generally observe feathers, wings, beaks in birds. We know that birds can fly in the sky, right? And also few birds can also swim in the water like duck and swan. And also we have another category of birds. They are flightless birds like penguin and ostrich. All these are flightless birds. It means these birds cannot fly in the air. These birds do not have ability to fly in the air. But how other birds can fly? This is because of their bones. Their bones are hollow bones. What is the meaning of hollow bones? Look here. This is a bone of a bird. So these bones are filled with spaces, air spaces. And air sacs are also attached to these hollow areas. So while bird flies into the air, they can get oxygen easily so that they can fly quickly and easily. So hollow bones are also called as pneumatic bones. Observe in the picture here, while flying, bones of four limbs modified into wings and helps them in flying. And hind limbs help them in perching and walking. What is the meaning of perching here? Perching is nothing but resting. We usually see birds rest on some wires and walls like that, isn't it? Yes, that is the meaning of perching. So while perching and walking, hind limbs helps the birds. And this is the gait of birds for flying, and for perching and walking, forelimbs and hind limbs helps the bird to show their locomotion. Now we'll see gait of fish. We know that fishes swims in the water. This is the locomotion. This is the movement of the fish. Fishes show their locomotion in the form of swimming. Observe the shape of fish here. It resembles like shape of a boat. And head part and tail parts are narrower, smaller than the middle portion of the fish. Such shape of fish is termed as streamlined shape. This shape helps the fish to swim easily in the water. It means the shape is such that while fish swims in the water, water can flow around it easily and allows the fish swim easily in the water. So shape of a fish is termed as streamlined shape. Look into the picture here. Fishes have a skeleton. It means fishes have bones, and these bones are covered with muscles. And the muscles helps the fish while swimming. We know that fishes swims under the water, but how they can breathe in the water? This is because of the presence of gills on its body. With the help of gills, fish can breathe under the water. And we are seeing different types of fins on its body. Fishes covered with different types of fins on its body. And the principal function, main function of fins is to help the fish while swimming in the water. Say for example, you are seeing caudal fin here, caudal fin or tail fin. So this fin helps the fish to change the direction while fish swims in the water. So in this way, fins on the fish body helps the fish while swimming in the water. Now we'll see gait of snakes. Where do snakes generally found? Snakes found on the ground, in water, on the trees and in the forest, right? So in all these places we can see snakes. And these are legless reptiles. It means snakes doesn't have legs, but still they show movement. How? This is with the help of their long backbone and along with muscles. So you are seeing here snakes have long backbone and its body is covered with muscles, and they show movement with the help of muscles present in its body. Observe the curves of snakes here. Snakes curves into many loops, and while moving it goes forward, and while it goes forward it presses against the ground. So in this way snake shows their movement, shows their locomotion. This is the gait of snakes. So far we have seen gaits of different animals. Let me give you a quick recap for today's session. We have seen earthworm. Earthworm body has many rings, and these rings are joined end to end, and they doesn't have bones. Its body is covered with muscles. These muscles help the earthworm while moving, while showing its locomotion. And locomotion of earthworm is termed as peristalsis. And we have seen snail. Snails have an outer skeleton, that is shell. And snails hide in their shells if they have any danger from the predators. And we have seen cockroaches. Cockroaches have 3 pairs of legs, and legs help them in walking. And they have 2 pairs of wings. With the help of wings, cockroaches can fly up to some extent. And we have seen birds. Birds have hollow bones. With the help of hollow bones, birds can fly in the air. And these hollow bones are termed as pneumatic bones. Next we have seen fish. Body shape of a fish is termed as streamlined body. This shape helps the fish to swim easily in the water. Next we have seen snakes. Snakes doesn't have legs, but still they show movement on the ground. This is because of a long bone present in its body along with muscles. So these muscles helps the snakes while they show locomotion movement. I hope you liked today's session and like this video, comment below and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.